Titan: The Last Stand. The scorching African sun beat down on the parched earth, the air thick with the scent of decay. A once mighty river had shrunk into nothing but a stagnant, disease-ridden pool. And at its edge, lying motionless in the filth, was a dying beast. A hippo, a titan of the wild, now a shadow of its former self. Its body was covered in deep gashes, open wounds writhing with millions of worms and parasites. Blood trickled from its cracked skin, and its breath was labored. Each exhale a struggle, a silent plea for mercy. The herd had abandoned it weeks ago, and now nature was swallowing it whole. But then, in the distance, an engine roared. A team of rescuers was coming. And with them, hope. The mission, impossible. Daniel Carter had spent a decade saving wildlife, but nothing could have prepared him for what he saw that day. The hippo's body was rotting alive. Every movement sent parasites squirming beneath its skin, gnawing at muscle and bone. It should have been dead already, but somehow, against all odds, it was still fighting. "We have minutes," Daniel shouted, adrenaline surging through his veins. "If we don't move now, it's over." The team sprang into action. A tranquilizer dart hissed through the air, piercing the beast's hide. Within moments, the giant slumped deeper into the mud, its shallow breaths the only sign of life. As the storm clouds rumbled overhead, the rescuers raced against time. One wrong move, one delay, and the hippo would never wake up again. It took every ounce of their strength to pull its half-ton body onto the transport truck. The rain came crashing down, mixing with the blood and filth. "Hold on, big guy," Daniel whispered. "We're not letting you die today." The last breath. Back at the sanctuary, the battle truly began. The infections were worse than expected. The parasites had burrowed deep inside its body, feeding on the hippo from within. The stench of rot filled the medical bay. It was on the brink. Day and night, the team worked tirelessly, flushing out worms, treating wounds, pumping fluids into its failing body. Every hour was a war zone. And then, 3 days later, everything went wrong. Alarms blared. The monitors flatlined. The hippo's heart had stopped. Daniel's stomach twisted. He had seen this before. An animal that fought too hard for too long, only to slip away the moment it reached safety. But not this time. "Hit it again," he barked as the defibrillator sent a jolt through the beast's body. 1 second, 2 seconds. Nothing. Another shock, another agonizing moment of silence. Then, a breath, a weak, trembling breath, and then another. The room erupted in exhausted relief. Daniel dropped to his knees, hand resting on the hippo's side. "You stubborn bastard," he muttered, grinning. "You're not done yet." Rebirth days turned into weeks. The hippo, now named Titan, slowly clawed its way back to life. The infections healed. The wounds faded into scars. And one morning, after weeks of uncertainty, Titan stood up on his own. The sanctuary staff watched in awe as the beast that had once been left for dead took his first unassisted steps, stronger, heavier, unbreakable. Titan was no longer just a survivor. He was a warrior, a legend. And when he finally returned to the wild, Daniel knew this was not the end of his story. It was just the beginning. Epilogue. A year later, a research team spotted something incredible. A massive hippo, battle-worn but thriving, leading a new herd across the river. Titan had not only survived, he had become a king, and his legend would live on forever.